I went down to Newark, Delaware yet again, and boy did I find a bunch of things for my collection here, so stay tuned to find out what I got. Hey YouTube, it's Mandak coming at you guys with another haul video here. So welcome into haul video number 139. Slowly inching towards that 150 mark here. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another haul video here. As I mentioned, I did go down to Newark, Delaware a couple weeks ago at this point with my fiance now. And we did a little shopping around there. We went to David's Bridal. She was looking for, I wasn't shopping for a dress like with me, but just looking at some inspiration and just, if this was if that was a good place for her to go. We got lunch, went to Second and Charles, went to the Lego store, shopped around the Christiana Mall a little bit. Good thing about Newark, Delaware, shopping there is that no sales tax, so that's great. Went to Target as well. So went to a couple places, and because of that, I did get a couple of things for my haul here. I didn't get anything for trading cards, unfortunately. So you'll have to wait until probably maybe a couple of videos, I guess, from now to see if I get something like that. But yeah, I did get a good list of comics here, as well as some Lego things I'll show as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the sections here, starting as always with the comics. Alright guys, welcome into the comic book section here for this haul video. So yeah, as I mentioned, I did go down to Newark, Delaware, and I did go to the Second and Charles down there. So I'll show that haul here in a second, but I just wanted to talk about a little bit what I've been reading this month. So since the last haul video, I do believe I was finishing up my S.H.I.E.L.D. readathon. So I did finish all the Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff from the 90s. I did read Secret Invasion, in preparation for the TV show, which is coming out here in a couple of weeks now, or I guess a week or so from now. So really hyped for that. I finished Habibi, which was really good. Another great installment by Craig Thompson. Definitely recommend anyone who's a fan of blankets to definitely pick that book up and read Habibi. That was a really good book. After that, I jumped into, I want to say I read Secret Invasion, like I said, and then I believe I jumped straight from that into Manhattan Projects, and I read the first 6 trades of that, and my friend did inform me that that series is still ongoing or is still not finished by Jonathan Hickman. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. I don't really have much interest in going back and continuing the series whenever the next volume gets published. I gave it 6 volumes, and it is definitely not the book for me. I'm curious to see what people think out there about Manhattan Projects by Jonathan Hickman, but it was confusing. I really wasn't a big fan of the art. I know every artist is different, but it just wasn't vibing with me at all. To be honest, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it was ugly, because that's not really like, it's not really ugly. It's just, it wasn't an art style that I really vibe with, if that makes sense. But yeah, just overall, just not what I expected in probably the worst way possible. I mean, it was just not that good. I have better hopes for East of West with Jonathan Hickman. I've heard much higher praise and much more praise with that series than I have had with Manhattan Project. So I'm hoping whenever I get around to reading East of West that I'll be more pleased with that. But yeah, so that's that. So I finished that, and now I am into officially into my readathon of Attack on Titan. So I do have some updates for that series that I'll be giving you guys here in the next haul video. But yeah, safe to say I am on the train that is the Attack on Titan. There's 34 volumes of it, and I believe that's it. I don't think there's any more coming out, from what I can remember from what I discussed with my friends. But yeah, I am fully on board here. I finished the first volume this morning, and I do like it so far. It is definitely something that I feel like I have to keep reading just to get, acclimated to the characters. This isn't really a spoiler. I mean, I guess it kind of is, but there's already, like, I've reading the first volume, and I thought there was one character that was gonna, like, last throughout the whole book, and he ends up dying in, like, the first volume. So yeah, we'll see where this book goes. I mean, it definitely is very violent. It's definitely not something I would recommend, like, little kids to read. I mean, and like the Titans themselves, like the imagery of them is very disturbing. Like I don't know I don't know how to describe it. It's disturbing might be the best word to describe it, but it's just something about it just is off-putting in not a bad way, like to the sense where I don't feel like I want to read it, but it's just off-putting. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, so far I'm invested, and I'm gonna read these. With manga, especially these 200-page volumes, I can get through one of these in a day. It's not gonna take me that long to read this series. I mean, 34 volumes. Eat one each day. I'm looking at about a month's time here, but I did do the math, and combined, this entire series makes up about 1.6% of my collection, which is, doesn't sound like a lot, but in the grand scheme of things, that's a huge chunk. So if I can knock out 1.6% of my collection in a month, I think that's a really good chunk to knock out. So yeah, that's just kind of the long explanation there, but that's kind of where I'm at right now with my reading. I'm probably just going to stick to Attack on Titan right now. I don't want to double dip into anything else. I kind of just want to focus on reading that series and enjoying it. So yeah, that's that. But yeah, 5-minute introduction aside here, let's go ahead and get into this haul. So like I said, all this stuff I found at the Second and Charles in Newark, Delaware, I was able to get 10% off of it because they did have a sale going on at the time. So I did get 10% off of this. And fun fact also, I didn't notice it until I walked out of the store, but I actually got one of the books here for free because the cashier forgot to scan it. So I did get the McNamara discount yet again on this haul here. So not going to argue with that. But yeah, I'm really, really happy to show you guys this haul because I think there's a lot of good stuff here that I was looking forward to getting in my collection. So first one here is volume 16 of Attack on Titan. So pick this up because this book was going for $5. And I do have a little bookmark in there from Second and Charles, so that's cool. But yeah, picked up volume 16 here, and I'm guessing you guys can imagine what the next haul video will be showing, since I have started my Attack on Titan reading. So you guys will have to tune in to that haul video to find out what that is. But yeah, another great volume here, and just another one to add to the readathon there. So really cool. The next chunk of books here are all from the same series that for the longest time I've had a hard time collecting, just because there was one volume that was, I'm guessing, out of print or hard to find, and I found it, and then I found all these subsequent volumes for basically half off. So I decided to jump on them and get them here. Since I was already on the trade paperback route for this series, I didn't see much of an incentive to upgrade to the hardcovers. I did the math as well, and I think the hardcovers of this series contain 3 trade paperback volumes, and the trade paperback volumes that I have here basically equal. I think they're a little bit less than what the hardcovers will cost on IST, so I just went for it. That series is Deadly Class, so I picked up all but volume 11 of the series, which I have ordered through IST, and it is picked and scanned. I'm just waiting on one other book from that order to get picked and scanned to get shipped to me. But yeah, I finally have nearly all of Deadly Class now after collecting this series for probably close to about 2 years now, maybe longer than that. You know, I have volumes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 12 here. So we don't have to go through, I can show kind of them all briefly here, but see here, this is volume 6. This was the volume that I was having a hard time finding online for some reason. Like it wasn't available on IST, cheap graphic novels. Amazon had it for like twice its cover price. I'm like, what is wrong? What is up with this volume that I can't find it anywhere for a good price? So waited, and sure enough, Second and Charles had it and picked it up for half off pretty much. So there's that. Here is volume 7, titled 1988. Or I'm sorry, Love Like Blood. Sorry. So there's that. Got volume 8, or did I say volume 8 for this? This is volume 7. This is volume 8. Never Go Back. Kind of reminds me of the song Never Going Back Again by Fleetwood Mac. We got volume 9, Bone Machine. Really like these trade paperbacks too. There's that. We got volume 10, Save Your Generation. And then volume 12, A Fond Farewell Part 2. So this is the conclusion of the series. Yeah, I'm really falling in love with this art too. I mean, just looking at it here, just really has me excited to read it. But yeah, I mean, it was really great to find those volumes for cheap. I mean, each of them were about $8, along with the with the price of the discounts. I thought that was a pretty good deal. And now I'm curious as to why these ones don't have a label on them, but it doesn't matter. That's weird. Yeah, so there's that. So I was able to get all of those for a pretty good price. Yeah, I probably should keep these in this order here. I'll pull these away later. Next book I got here was a Ghost Rider book, The Return of Blaze. So this collects Spirits of Ghost Rider, Mother of Demons, King in Black Ghost Rider, and Ghost Rider Return of Vengeance. So this seems like a couple of like one-shot issues in here. This is set in the King in Black's era, so I think this is around 2020, maybe. I think that's when it came out, King in Black. So yeah, this is just some, I guess, one-shot fillers type of stuff from this era, and I just wanted to pick it up because I'm like, you know, I don't really have a lot of Ghost Rider stuff and kind of interested in this, so yeah, I'll be curious to see what this is about. But I don't really have much Ghost Rider stuff in my collection. I mean, I have some all new Ghost Rider, and I have one of the only Epic collections that's come out, Hell on Wheels. I have that. I haven't read that yet, but yeah, I'm just dipping my toes slowly into Ghost Rider. I'm not really the only exposure I have with him, ironically enough, is through the Champions book, which I've read the 2 classic collections. Wasn't really that great of a character in there, so we'll see. But I know that book really wasn't that good anyway, so that's probably a factor to that. So there's that. I'll put this over here. Next book I got here was another DC Rebirth volume, and that is Green Arrow Volume 6, Trial of Two Cities. Benjamin Percy's still on writing duties here, so I wanted to pick this up. This collects issues 33 through 38 of the Justice League series, and I guess, actually now I look at this, I think this might be the first volume that's like doesn't have like the Rebirth like logo on it and stuff like that. So yeah, really liking this art style though, really dynamic, like that look there. Nice shot here with Black Canary and Green Arrow as well. So yeah, we'll give this a read at some point. The only Green Arrow thing I read, and I really enjoyed it, was Green Arrow Year 1, I believe. And, you know, really enjoyed that. But Obviously, I still have much more to read. I have those Mike Grell omnibus back there, so definitely want to dig into those at some point. But yeah, we'll see when that is. I mean, right now, like I said, I'm kind of treating this lull period of like Marvel releases as a time to catch up on like some bigger chunks of series like Attack on Titan, like I'm doing right now. But I definitely see some more gaps of like things coming up that I can possibly do. Like my next preparation for a movie that I'm going to be reading is all of the Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel stuff. I've read a lot of Miss Marvel stuff last summer, but I still have a bunch of Carol Danvers stuff to dip into, so I'll dip into that probably around September time frame, August, September. That's probably when I plan to do that, and by that point I think I should be done with Attack on Titan. I don't think I'm going to need more than a month and a half to finish Attack on Titan, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's the game plan, I guess. Kind of going off the topic there. All right, next book I got here was another thin trade paperback from Marvel, and that is Maestro. This by Peter David. This collects Maestro numbers 1 through 5. This is titled Symphony in a Gamma Key. So yeah, this is the first solo series of Maestro that Marvel has put out. And I don't know why it took this long for it to come out. I think this is like 2020 or 2021. So I believe on the Crackle Comics podcast, I think either both, I can't remember. I don't think I was reading this, but I'm pretty sure Vince and Mike, one of them read it at some point. So yeah, decided to pick up the paperback of this for $8, and I'll give this a read at some point. I did read Future Imperfect. That is like one of the only Hulk books in my collection that Future Imperfect that I've read. And I know at the time of this recording, Volume 5 of Peter David's Hulk came out, and it collects a bunch of like, for like post 2000 like stuff. I think it also has Future Imperfect in there. I don't really see a need to go out and buy that stuff. I'm fine with just the 4 omnibus. I don't think I need to dig further and get all the remainder stuff. They're all kind of like Volume 5 kind of stands on its own as like a bunch of conglomerated material from Peter David's like further writings of the character. So it's not in sequence with like the rest of the omnibus that came out like with the Incredible Hulk, main series. So, but this is still really cool. I mean, I really like Peter David as a writer. I've always liked his writing in every era. So I'm really excited to see what this is about. And obviously, he had a big input into this character. So I'm really excited to see what his spin is on that. All right. The last 2 books here I got were hardcovers that I kind of sprung for. I didn't really intend to buy this, but I gave this a shot because I do like the creator, and I'm putting a lot of my chips in the basket for this creator alone for this series. I am aware that this series has 3 hardcovers, one of which I don't have. Obviously, I only bought 2. Bought the first 2, but the third one, I'll just have to wait and see if I can find it somewhere. I'm not gonna cry if I can't ever find it, but put it this way, it's a lot easier to find a Volume 3 of something than a Volume 1. So, maybe I'll get lucky somewhere at a con sometime or at a store, and I'll find a Volume 3 of this and I can purchase it. But yeah, that series is Wonder Woman by John Byrne. I did get the nice hardcovers here, so I got Volume 1 and 2. Volume 1 collects Wonder Woman numbers 101 to 114, and curious to see kind of how this flows, because this is the same volume of Wonder Woman as George Perez, which obviously he had a long run on the character, and I'm curious to see kind of how much like filler comes between George Perez's run and John Byrne's run, because I don't think it's much. It might be like maybe 15 to 20 issues at most. I am nowhere near finished collecting George Perez's Wonder Woman run. I'm missing a couple volumes, but you know, I decided to pick this up because John Byrne, obviously big fan of his writing and art, and I believe he is both the artist and the writer on this book, so even more reason to read it. But yeah, this collects, like I said, issues numbers 101 to 114 of Wonder Woman there, so you can see the back. So, and this book was the book I got for free. The cashier, like I said, forgot to scan this, so I did get this book for free. This collects issues 115 to 124 of Wonder Woman of Wonder Woman, as well as Wonder Woman annual numbers 5 through 6. So you can see her on the back here fighting Cheetah. And yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot of context to this. I mean, I'm sure people will tell me in the comments that this, John Byrne's run is not the best, but I don't think it can be half bad. I'm optimistic that this book will be okay. So, but yeah, like I said, there is a third volume. I can do some digging online to see if I can find it, if anywhere, for a decent price. But like I said, I'm fine with just finishing my read through of Wonder Woman there, and if I find a volume 3, great. If I don't, it's not gonna be the end of the world for me. So yeah, so that is my comics. So 20 minutes later, we're chatting about that. But hope you guys enjoyed this section, and I'm gonna go put this stuff away here soon. So thanks for watching this part. Alright guys, welcome into the Lego section here for haul video number 139, I believe. So just as usual, not really much to go over here. I've really been slowing down my purchasing of Lego sets. Just kind of in retrospect here, I've definitely been second guessing my purchasing of some sets, so I've been really passing up a lot of sets that I normally would buy for sale at places, just because I don't see really a huge need to buy them just to store them. I'm definitely being way more selective about my purchasing of Lego sets. Some of them I'm purchasing more so for investment opportunities, so there's that. But yeah, I'm just space is really becoming an issue, so I'm just trying to be cognizant of that stuff. And obviously it's good in the long run because I can save more money, I guess. I'm buying stuff that I know I'm gonna love and display and enjoy having, so that's the more important part there. But yeah, we'll go through these here and show you guys what I got. So I didn't get much. I did go to Target with my fiance about a week ago, and I did stop and get one of the Disney 100 years minifigures. Did want to pick up another one. I did get one of the ones from Coco. I can't remember what his name was. He's the kind of the villain character in the movie. But I also did get Jiminy Cricket, so that was really neat. It's really funny. In college, I had a roommate who used to call me Jiminy Cricket because I was kind of like his conscience. Always telling him what to do, or not telling him what to do, but trying to give him advice to do the right thing, or to not do something that might hurt himself or whatever. So this is really cool to get that, so I'll definitely display this for a little bit and probably end up putting it with the rest of my minifigs that I have in my collection. But yeah, I really like these 100-year minifigs. I've gotten 3 so far. I've gotten, like I said, the character from Coco. I got this one, and then I also did get the Sorcerer Mickey with a bucket. So that was really cool. That was really like the only one I absolutely wanted to get. And I'm really glad I got that. I did pick that up at some point, and I think I have it at my parents' house. Yeah, because I think I got this. Yeah, so I'll figure that out later. But yeah, really cool to get that. And then while I was at the Newark, Delaware Lego store, I will say that store is very small, so there was not a big selection of new sets there. a lot of sets that I was kind of expecting there to be were just not there. So at some point, I'm probably going to have to go to King of Prussia with my fiance and probably grab some sets that I've been meaning to pick up that are kind of like Lego store exclusives that I can't buy anywhere else. I'm probably going to end up getting there at the Lego store in King of Prussia, but for right now, this is what I end up grabbing, and that is the Lego Star Wars Battle of Endor Heroes brickheads. And I'm not sure why this is capitalized like that. It's a little weird, but yeah, this is another set in celebration of the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So you can see here the side. So that's some nice side art going on there with all the characters. But yeah, interesting selection here with you know, Wicket, Leia, Lando, R2-D2, and Luke Skywalker. You know, obviously they could have picked any number of characters for this brickheads pack, but I'm kind of glad, I'm kind of okay with what they picked. This was $40, which I thought was, you know, a pretty fair deal. Brickheads are really usually a good deal. It's just a matter now of if I want to open this up and build it, or if I want to save it and, you know, keep it sealed. I might buy another one at some point, but I know brickheads go up pretty good well in value, so I might do that. But yeah, that's my Lego haul. That's it. I have one more set that I'll be showing in my next video that I just picked up, so definitely stay tuned for that one. But yeah, that's all I have for this section, so thanks for watching this part. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. So like I said, you know, really fruitful trip down to Newark, Delaware. It seems like I'm always finding way more of a selection at the Newark, Delaware 2nd and Charles than I do at the Harrisburg one. And you know, obviously it showed today, you know, getting all those Deadly Class volumes was a really good win there. But yeah, otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I will see you guys on the flip side. Peace.